let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I am in a book slump. It's really tough out here. I'm going on month 2 of this slump and I haven't been making videos because of it, and we're not gonna let that stop us. I'm just gonna go ahead and film like I normally would, and hopefully I come out of my slump in this video maybe? One of the problems is I don't want to read anything that I physically own, but I actually think I have the perfect book to start out today's video. Historical fiction slash fantasy slash romance are usually always a hit for me, and even through this book slump I think they have been. So this is what we're going with. It fits all of those categories. It is Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. See, like India Holton and Alex E. Harrow have little blurbs on this book, so that is a very good sign for me. But we have our main character, Dora, who I think is cursed with only half a soul. That curse was put onto her by a fairy, and she has no sense of fear or embarrassment, which is crazy, but that leaves her prone to accidental scandal. And then comes in our MMC, Elias, who is a Lord Sorcerer. They name him the least liked man in all of high society. So there's that, but I believe the two of them are going to form a connection, and maybe they're trying to solve her curse. I don't know. This is book 1 in a 3-book series, so we'll see. It is currently 6:18 on a Friday night, so hopefully I have a lot of reading ahead of me for tonight and this weekend, but I think this is a good book to pick because I also just checked and it's under 250 pages. So hopefully I knock this out by tomorrow and it puts us at a win for this video, but I also don't want to have too many expectations, so let's just get to reading. Alright, I have just passed page 100, so I thought it was a good time to update y'all. I'm actually very happy with the amount of reading I got done last night. I read 70 pages all in one sitting, which I've not been able to do while in this slump, so very pleased with that, and it's definitely because I am loving this book. I really just find myself loving almost every book that is set in Regency England, and this book is no different. I am loving the setup and Dora, and I have a few questions I want answered. So yeah, things are going well. I'm definitely intrigued, but I am finding it harder to stay focused today. I don't think that has to do with this book, but just wanted to give y'all an update on like my slump. It's currently 1:30 on this Saturday, so if I really did want to focus up, I think I could finish this, and maybe we'll make that the goal, but we'll We'll see. Cheers. I have 30 pages left. Hello, it is now Sunday, the third day of this vlog, and as y'all saw, I started off the day by finishing Half a Soul, which was so good. Now keep in mind, I knew this was going to be a good book for me, like I said, because of the tropes, and just from hearing Katie's reading talk about it, and my expectations were met. I don't know what star rating I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna sit on it a little longer, but it's at least a 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. This is a part of the Regency fairy tale series, but you could totally read this as a standalone, and I think I might do that just based on the description of the next book. I don't know, I'll have to see what other people think about it, but I don't think it follows any of the characters really that we met here, so I don't really have the desire to pick that up. Also, I know I told you all the tropes earlier, but I did want to mention that some people categorize this as a cozy fantasy, so it's not super fast paced, but I didn't mind. I loved this. It was a shorter book, so I thought the pacing was good. I will update y'all at the end of this video with a number rating. Now let's talk about the 3 stacks of books I have going on here. Recently, when I've been looking through my physical TBR, I realized that I skipped books that I'm like, oh, I don't even want to read that. And I just think I should go ahead and get rid of those books. So that brings us to our first stack. And some of these books I've had for like over a year, I think. And I'm just not reaching for them, especially as you can tell, the majority of these are Lucy Score. I have read one of her books and I didn't love it. So why would I keep these others on my shelf when I could like borrow them from the library or something? I don't know, I just think these deserve a better home than what I'm giving them. I did keep one of her books, Forever Never, because that sounds the most interesting to me. But as for these, they've gotta go. Another book in that stack is Reckless by Lauren Roberts. I don't care about this trilogy like some of y'all do. And this is the Barnes exclusive edition. Maybe somebody else is dying to have this, and I do not plan on finishing this series. They can have it. I do have a Mercari shop, so I'll be listing those, as well as From Blood and Ash. I have had this for so long and I just don't think I have any interest in it, especially knowing it's like an 8-book series. Like, that's just, it's not gonna happen for me anytime soon, at least. That is stack 1. As for stack 2, these are books that are like teetering the line between I've had these for too long and maybe I want to get rid of them, or I need to read them like ASAP. So yeah, these books are kind of on probation, and I think my goal is to read 2 of these a month and expect that I'll DNF a few. In my third stack gets us back on track for this video. These are books that I'm potentially wanting to read next. First off, we have Strange the Dreamer. I have not read anything by Laini Taylor, but I've heard amazing things. Then Heartless Hunter, but I don't own the second one, so I'm not sure how bad I want to read this. Then I have this gorgeous copy of One Dark Window, and I know I'm going to love this series. I just need to get to it. At least people say if you liked Belladonna, then you'll like this, and I loved Belladonna, so fingers crossed. So I've actually already decided this is the book I'm going to pick up on audiobook whenever I'm in the mood to, so I will let y'all know what this is about once I've started it later. As for these, I'm leaning towards One Dark Window, so I'm scared, but let's do it. I'm reading the synopsis and I'm not gonna lie, I am quite confused. So our main character is Elspeth, I hope I am pronouncing that right, and she has something in her head. They're calling it a spirit, and she calls it the nightmare. It says he protects her and keeps her secrets, so I don't know if they're like working together. Okay, maybe not. It says the nightmare is slowly, darkly taking over her mind. So maybe her and the MMC are working together to fix her mind. I don't know yet, but I plan on starting this and I will let y'all know. It is now Tuesday. Let me give y'all a rundown of the past few days because I started One Dark Window on Sunday and I read 10 pages. I then reread those same 10 pages on Monday, trying to understand what was going on. I was so confused for the first 10 to 15 pages. I felt like I was missing pages before what I had read. It was very confusing to me. But yesterday on Monday, when I reread those pages, things were making more sense. I kept reading on and I became very intrigued. And now, today, Tuesday, I am on page 87 and I am obsessed with knowing what's going on. And I do want to read y'all a little something to have y'all understand what the magic system is like. And this is on page 39, so it's not a spoiler, but we have the Shepherd King, which is what this duology is called, I'm pretty sure. I think it's the Shepherd King's duology. Anyways, the Shepherd King had made 78 Providence cards. So I'm thinking almost like tarot cards, like that size and look. But yes, 78 cards, and there are 12 black horses that are held exclusively by the King's elite guard. Then there's 11 golden eggs, 10 prophets, 9 white eagles, 8 maidens, 7 chalices, 6 wells, 5 iron gates, 4 scythes, 3 mirrors, 2 nightmares, and 1 twin elders. And obviously it's more complicated than I'm sharing with y'all. There's this whole spirit of the wood kind of situation, which I'm still a little confused about. But that spirit essentially tricked the king, and the only way to like get rid of this infection that's plaguing children is to unite the whole deck of cards. So no king has ever lifted the mist or cured this infection because the deck has never been united. I hope that wasn't too hard to follow, but like I said, I'm on page 87 and I'm loving it, and I'm gonna get back to reading. Friday, which I think is 1 week since we started this vlog. It is almost 7 p.m. And before I talk at all about the book, I want to talk about how y'all saw me reading on my iPad the other day. This is a book slump / depression tip, and it's not going to work for everyone, but it has been working for me lately, so I thought I would share. I seriously have done this with the last like 4 or 5 books that I've read, and it's that I take pictures of the pages and then either read them on my phone or I airdrop them to like my iPad so it's a bigger screen. And obviously this is only if they're not available on like Kindle Unlimited or Libby. But yeah, lately I guess I've been wanting to read physical books and I already own them. I don't want to spend the money to buy them on Kindle or something stupid like that. This is definitely a very niche tip, and for the book slump side of things, it's helpful for me because usually I can't get off my phone when I'm in a book slump, and so just having it, you know, the next chapter ready in my camera roll helps me. And then as for the depression side of things, you are not too lazy to read your book. You just need help making it easier for you and some accommodations, and this really helps me. So yeah, that is my out-of-pocket niche tip, and it may sound really silly to y'all, but if it helps one person out there, then I'm glad I said it. Now, getting into this book, I am so down bad. I am so obsessed. If this is not a 5 stars, I will be very surprised. But I still have 150 pages to go. I'm on chapter 23, which is page 253. I'm obsessed with the magic system. Like, the whole cards thing is just so interesting to me, especially our main character and the nightmare inside her head and some special talents she has. It's just all very intriguing to me. And because this is a duology, I feel like this is gonna end off on a cliffhanger. So let's finish this tonight, fingers crossed, and we'll see. Tonight calls for my second to last witch's brew. It is so good. Whoa, 2 sips, 2 gulps?
3. You don't finish one.
I have literally not moved since y'all last saw me, but it is 10:37. I've been reading non-stop and I have a little less than 50 pages to go. I am so nervous. Hello, good morning. It is now Sunday. I think this is going to be the last day of this reading vlog. It is 9:16. 2 nights ago, y'all saw me finish One Dark Window, which was so good. We'll talk about that later. And then yesterday I did start 2 Twisted Crowns because I had to. But really my priority was A Perilous Undertaking, the audiobook that I started earlier this week, but like I'm ready to finish it and wrap it up before moving on to 2 Twisted Crowns. So the goal is to knock this out today. I think I have about 5 hours left with the speed that I'm listening on. And I definitely think I can get through that because I have a lot of chores to get done, as you can see from behind me, but also I'm really enjoying the story. It's a mystery, and I don't think I've introduced this book to y'all yet, but it is the second book in this Veronica Speedwell mystery series. So I'm already, you know, familiar with our 2 main characters, already liked them, and now I just kind of want to see where this mystery goes. So that is what I will be doing today. I have a lot of chores to do. I don't think I'm gonna include a lot of it in this vlog just because that's boring, but yeah, I'll update y'all either if something big happens or when I'm done with the book. it is outro time. Y'all literally just watched me finish this book like 5 minutes ago, but I really want to get this vlog posted for y'all, so I'm gonna outro this real quick. Going back to the first book I finished in this video, and that is Half a Soul. I have not stopped thinking about this. This was a great start to the vlog. I loved this book. I just think this premise was so original, and like I told y'all before, I love a bit of Regency England with a touch of fantasy. I really enjoyed this. I think I might have given this a higher star ranking if I hadn't read One Dark Window right after it, but I think I'm gonna give it a 4.25, and this is definitely going to be in like my favorite books of the year. So if this sounds interesting to you at all, I definitely recommend you pick it up. And I read One Dark Window, and I told y'all I was going to love this book, but that I've been putting it off, and I don't even know why. This honestly exceeded my expectations, and the only thing I knew going into it was that it was similar in genre to Belladonna, and I loved Belladonna. And I don't really want to compare the two because I love them in different ways. Belladonna is so YA compared to this. I absolutely love the Belladonna series. That is a 5-star series for sure, but so is this. And it's just more mature and definitely makes you think more, just like the magic system in general. Like, I can't stop talking about it. I think it's so cool. I know I've only read book 1 of this duology, but I can already tell y'all I'm going to be rereading this. And honestly, I will read anything Rachel Gillig comes out with because I love her writing. I feel like she gives you just enough information to where you kind of know what's going on, but you can't stop reading because you need to know more. Also, I wasn't expecting to like the side characters in this book so much, so that was a pleasant surprise. I don't want to say too much on the ending of this book, but I did have to pick up the second book immediately. I'm sorry I'm not including it in this video, but I definitely want to read this slowly and just take my time with it, so that is why I jumped into a perilous undertaking. But I did rate One Dark Window 5 stars. Moving on to this actually surprised me too. I was really intrigued with the mystery. I audiobooked this and I really enjoy the narrator. I like her voices for everyone. I am sorry, I feel like I didn't explain what this book was about at all, but this is the first one in the series, A Curious Beginning, and then obviously I read this. We have our main character, Veronica Speedwell, and then like her partner in crime is Stoker, and they're both natural historians. Veronica studies butterflies. She is a lepidopterist. I don't think I said that right. And then y'all, I cannot for the life of me think of the word that describes Stoker's occupation. He preserves animals, you know, when they are dead and you stuff them. Why can I not think of that word? I have got to get to the bottom of this. I'm so annoyed I can't find it, but like I said, I enjoyed this. The mystery was a good one, but to be honest, I'm here for the romance. It's going to be forever until this romance actually comes to fruition, but when it does, I will be here. I love the little sprinkles we get here and there, and just Veronica does not act like she's supposed to in this age, and that's what makes it so funny. It even jars Stoker with the things that she says, and I really like their banter. I think I'd give this a 3.5. And this outro has been long enough. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. The book slump, I think, is coming to an end. I feel like for this video, I honestly just chose books I wanted to read, and that really helped. So make sure you're subscribed to see me do this in the next reading vlog and over until the book slump is gone. Thank you all again for watching. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye guys.